Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, for the first time, the court to Secretary General France Atwoli has come out openly in Raila Amolo Odinga's Azimio la Umoja rally in Kakamega to number 1, campaign for Raila Amolo Odinga, number 2, to remind the Deputy President William Ruto that he will not be the president, and number 3, he also had a message from Luhya Mudavadi, Senator Wetangula, and the former Kakamega Senator Boni Khalwale. I wanted to listen to him shortly, then we are going to continue with this conversation. Kwa wale ambao waelewi Kiluhya, I'm going to do a translation.
Mwaka wa 2014 baada ya serikali ya Jubilee kuchaguliwa, na nyinyi nyote mnajua, mnaweza kuenda kwa mtandao zenu ama kuuliza, nilisema William Samoei Ruto hatakuwa president. Si nilisema hivyo? Omundu mwifa chakulungwa, omundu shiubie kachakulungwa. Nikaambia mtoto wa Mudavadi, nikaambia mtoto wa Wetangula, baada anaitwa Moses Masika, nikaambia mkitaka kiti mutoke mpasue njia, kama si hivyo muunge Raila Amolo Odinga mkono. Sasa Musari anasema Raila atakuwa anakuwa controlled kama remote. Saa hili nani anakuwa controlled kama remote? Niliwakataza nikawaambia Khalwale hatakuwa governor wa Kakamega. Si nilisema hivyo? Juzi anakuja kuambiwa Khalwale tena, ila anawapangia Kakamega ni Ruto. Anasema huyu mtoto mdogo huyu anaitwa Malala awe governor na Khalwale kwenda senator, na yeye alikimbia usenator. Muuliranga ekura yenyu shumula khaesi ye mundu uli mushama sha Ruto ta. Esie eshirinende myaka mitititi mushalo muno nerula wendo mundu mukofu. Shumulariraho nimukholera makosa tawe. Munasikia? Fwe kufireya. Kufira omukwe wanje okumatsi unalia. Kufira abundu ya. Paranyalo, wamali walo, barasalo, sabulabalo, mama kaundi balo, abandu befu asekalo, omwana wa mwalalo, lisamulalo. Muulire tarehe 9 shumula khafimbi go murweta, shumula fimbi omurweta awe chinje wa mkono ikuna bareto khufimbi omurwe. Wale watakaounga watakaotoka tarehe 9 kupigia Raila Amolo Odinga kura, mkono juu nyote.
Now normally France Atwoli who anapatikana in organized events and not in such kind of campaign rallies that we are seeing him appearing, at least for the first time. Sijui ni kwa nini, but we can have a debate on that through the comment section. Anyway, we are continuing with our Punchline discussion, but I have a quick request. You might be watching this channel, but you have not yet subscribed. So my humble request, please consider subscribing so that any other time, once we release a video like this one, you will always get notified. Again, to all our returning subscribers and anyone who drop comment, I must say thank you so much for your unconditional support. Again, I'm requesting you to give this video thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend a video to more viewers. Back to our discussion. Now, number 1, France Atwoli decided to appear in Azimio la Umoja rallies because for those who have been listening to Kenya Kwanza campaign rallies, Senator Cleophas Malala, Musalia Mudavadi, and for the Kenya party leader Moses Wetangula have been hitting hard at France Atwoli. For them, they have been very clear that France Atwoli is not standing for any elective seat in Western region, nor even to be named a prime minister to Raila Amolo Odinga or a running mate. So they have been telling the Luhya community to avoid voting for people who are not sitting on the negotiating table. And there have been no one who has been responding to Malala Mudavadi and Wetangula remarks on France Atwoli, on Governor Paranya, and even on CS Eugene Wamalwa. So this has forced France Atwoli to come out openly and speak into this issue so that he can also hit back or respond to them in public the same way they have been doing. Because remember, politics is all about perception. If there will be no one to respond to what Mudavadi and Wetangula is trying to plant into Luhya masses, they are going to believe in what they are saying. And they might feel that they are not part of the government that will be formed by Azimio. So to destroy that perception that these leaders are trying to plant into the masses, Atwoli has to come out and deal with them head on. And therefore, France Atwoli in his remarks, he is again appealing to the Luhya nation that there was two ways for Musalia Mudavadi and Senator Masika Wetangula to survive, especially Musalia Mudavadi, to survive politically. The first way was for Musalia Mudavadi to be on ballot as a presidential candidate. Ndio maana anasema ya kwamba aliwaambia wapasue njia by going all the way to the ballot. Put the parties together, then as they go to the ballot, they should be assured that they are going to force a runoff, such that in that way, they can negotiate their way to the government. Or if not, they just need to make sense on ballot in as much they are not winning, at least in the next election, 2027, so that they can have a chance in case they attract good numbers. And the second way for Mudavadi and his team to survive was to directly support Raila Amolo Odinga. As simple as that. Such that if Raila will manage to take over the power, then Mudavadi will easily inherit from Raila Amolo Odinga. Because the Luhyas will be reminded how Luhyas have stood all the way with Raila Amolo Odinga, even when their leaders were not standing with him. So because Mudavadi has come back, then it was going to be very easy to convince them to at least in 2027 or 2032, they vote with the Musalia Mudavadi. But as of now, it is another business. So according to France Atwoli, the decision by Musalia Mudavadi to join William Ruto is a suicidal decision to his political career. And that's why you see Atwoli is very clever. In as much as he's responding to Musalia Mudavadi, he is not using that derogative language. Because again, he's appealing to his supporters to vote with Raila Amolo Odinga rather than going to opposition. So in one way he's responding, but in another way, he has a better way of taking these people to Raila Amolo Odinga. So there is a difference there when you look at Kenya Kwanza campaign, because Raila has his own support again in Western. So if you hit hard on him, we have people who support him, they could have easily moved with you. But again, when you hit hard, they draw a line to support Raila Amolo Odinga, whether they believe in what he's selling or not. And number three, Atwoli is saying that Ruto will not become president simply because he's a thief. And that's why he's posing a question to the audience there. Mwizi huwa anachaguliwa? He has posted in Luhya dialect. And the audience respond, no. So Atwoli is simply telling the Luhya that please don't vote for corrupt individuals. When this election is coming, draw the line between the corrupt side and the side that you can believe that they can liberate the country from all manner of corruption that has happened in government. So according to Atwoli, William Ruto and his group, they are corrupt individuals. Raila Odinga can fight corruption. So it's better you vote for someone who can fight corruption rather than voting for someone who has been promoting corruption. So Atwoli is planting a sense of direction among the electorate in Western region, such that when it will reach the time for voting, they can go and give a protest vote against William Samoei Ruto. That in as much you are not voting for Raila, but give a protest vote against William Ruto. So that one already, it is going to work in the interest of Raila Amolo Odinga. Because if we have some of the issues that is killing this country economy, and the poor people down here is massive corruption in the government. And number 4, there's a perception that Musalia Mudavadi is trying to create among the electorate, especially like anywhere he goes. Hata Western jana na juzi, hata leo anaongea the same issue, that Raila Amolo Odinga is being remote controlled by President Uhuru Kenyatta. But again, France Atwoli has talked on the same issue, that in as much Mudavadi is saying that Raila Odinga is being remote controlled by the president, the other truth is that Musalia Mudavadi also is being remote controlled by William Samuel Ruto. And is giving an example of the Kakamega case between having the senator and the governor. So you see, saying Ruto had to come into these issues and dictate who becomes the governor and who becomes the senator. Because the best way for this issue to have worked out was for ANC to have all of these two positions, because sasa when it comes to Kakamega, in your headquarter ya Western politics. So Mudavadi to reclaim Western region, simply Boni Khalwale was supposed to be forced to go to ANC, akimbia usenata akiwa huko. Or akae chini wachague ANC senator and ANC governor. But because William Samoei Ruto would not just allow to go down like that, he believed that it's better even he get a senator in Nairobi, in Western, which is sure of, and they give the gubernatorial seat to ANC where they are not 100% sure. So again, Musalia Mudavadi in his rallies, according to Atwoli, it is William Ruto who is planning and organizing him, and even the kind of funding that goes with it. So in that way, already William Ruto is remote controlling Musalia Mudavadi. And by the way, even Musalia Mudavadi in his political career, there's no time he has come out this much angrily, and even the kind of remarks he's giving out. Because sijawahi sikia Mudavadi akiita Raila kitandawili or using abusive. But this time round, Mudavadi is coming out every time to refer to Raila Amolo Odinga as mutu wa kitandawili. So Atwoli, I don't know if it's justified in that way or not. And again, lastly, Atwoli has come to confirm that what he said about Dr. Boni Khalwale has finally come to happen. Therefore, he has been vindicated. Atwoli told Boni Khalwale that you will not become the governor of Kakamega. Hautakuwa governor. And by the time Musalia Mudavadi and William Ruto sat down with Boni Khalwale and forced him to go for the senatorial seat and then pave way for Senator Cleophas Malala to run as the Kenya Kwanza gubernatorial candidate, confirmed that Boni Khalwale is not on ballot as a gubernatorial candidate. So what France Atwoli said, in his own view, it has come to happen. Kama unakimbia usenata, sasa itakuwaje utakuwa governor? So there's no way Boni Khalwale will have his dream fulfilled as the governor. As simple as that. So generally, Atwoli is planting a sense of direction among the electorate in Western. Because Raila huwa anaanza na hizi kura za Western region pamoja na za Nyanza region. Then he gets out. So, in one way also I can say that Governor Oparanya, CS Eugene Wamalwa, they are trying but they are not doing a good job. That's why Mzee Atwoli ameanza kutokezea. Otherwise, if they were playing their card nicely, even to defend Atwoli in one way and respond to Musalia Mudavadi, Senator Wetangula, and Oparanya and Boni Khalwale directly in a proper way, then Atwoli will be on background politics. But now, he might appear severally in these rallies because they're not doing a good job. Sijui, let us give time to see if they're going to improve. But generally, Raila, in one way or another, he already managed to capture Western region by taking those MPs who are heading to DAP and the other political parties around there to bring them to the ODM party and our pair nomination ticket. So he has high chances of reclaiming Western region through these elected leaders. I don't know what to think about this, but that's my view. So let us have a continuation through the comment section so that I can also read your views. Thank you so much for listening to me up to this far. May good God bless you, and see you in our next video.